Welcome to Surabaya. It's the Axiata Cup time again, and here we are in Surabaya, the eastern part of Java, and things are really beginning to hot up here in the DBL arena. We are at the back end of day 3. We've got 9 days ahead, and I have to say, just looking at that, there's the group standings at the moment, and with Indonesia and Malaysia leveling out at 2 each in this morning's rounds 10 and 8 now. That's the important column you must look at. Indonesia in the lead, 10 out of 12. Malaysia 8 out of 12, but look at Asia. The Asia invitation team have got 5 out of a possible 8 at the moment, and it will be between Thailand, Europe and Asia, it looks like, who will qualify for the 3rd and 4th spots in the preliminary encounters. It all looks a little bit confusing to a few people who don't know what's happening with this year's Axiata Cup. But let me tell you, 8 teams, 4 of them will qualify for the semi-finals and finals, and that will all depend on how well they perform as far as each match, each event is concerned. Every time they come together, and there's 4 matches in, or 4 matches in each of the conflicts that we will see. It's a little bit difficult to explain, but we've got 1 matchup times 4 in each competition. We've got the introduction of the teams here. It's Europe versus Asia, and here I think we've got the Russians coming in first. There's a Russian men's pair that will be involved in this matchup, and I'm sure that they will put on a really good show. They've already been victorious in the previous matches as well. That is the team Sazonov and Ivanov. And coming in right now is Jenny Wallach, who will be partnering Nathan Robertson, who has the World Championship title from 2006 in Madrid to his name. So the mixed doubles, that's already taken care of. And now running in we have Scott Evans, who represents Ireland normally, but he comes in as the singles representative. And now really the only successful women twice victorious in her matches so far. From Spain, it's Carolina Marin, and she makes up now the last of the European representatives. Now the Asian representatives, and well, we'll be expecting to see a really good performance from Yip Pui Yin in a while. I'm not sure how many we're going to get here, but certainly Bochan Lai and Tadon Kona, they come in as the men's doubles. Really didn't expect to see Bochan Lai here, but he is obviously a man with great reputation. And we've also got Cheng Bo of China teamed up together with Ashwini as well. And well, this is another Indian representative, Ashwini, and now Cheng Bo. What a character on court, and what a player. Quite unconventional in his stature for a badminton player, but by golly, what strength he shows. And now one of the great stars of women's singles play, Yip Pui. Oh, sorry, that was Lee. Sorry, everyone. Lee Hyun-il. And we've also got Yip Pui Yin coming in at the end there. But of course, with Lee Hyun-il, Korea representative, you've got almost a guaranteed point there. He's been successful throughout. In the terms of the overall situation at the moment, the Asian All-Stars have 5 points from their attempts, from their 8. The European All-Stars have 4 from 8. So Europe really needs to be victorious here. They need to lead by 3-1 or even 4-0. That may not happen because this Asian team, this Asian invitation team is very, very strong indeed. So I hope you get a little bit of a flavor after we've all had the razzmatazz and the spotlights there. And it's time to introduce Pak Toto, who will give his impressions of the match ahead.
Well, as you mentioned, this is quite important of a match between Europe and Asia because both teams have a chance to move forward or secure themselves to make it to the semi-final. So this match, the winner of this match will define themselves that have better position to make it to that big money round tournament. The favorite, of course, still with the Malaysia, Indonesia, and Thailand. But that fourth place seeded could go like at least $50,000 to the semi-finalists. So this is all about money. And as well as Caroline Marin, as you mentioned, John, she has not been beaten at all. So she is the perfect 2-0 for in the women's side.
Indeed, I think this is going to be a very important matchup. Every single time they come to court, the ambition is to win. You can't even give up on a point or a game. You've got to actually go for broke the whole time. There's no such thing as an easy ride here in this Axiata Cup. You've got to go for everything, and that makes it very, very interesting. So the ambition will be for Carolina to keep her perfect score and for Europe to really notch up a series of victories here and make a big difference to them. Of course, as you mentioned before, Vietnam is also in contention.
Yes, that's true.
There's a couple of the other teams. Singapore is right there. The Philippines has dropped off the pace a little bit, but certainly Singapore, Vietnam, All-Stars Europe and All-Stars Asia are all in with a great chance of getting to KL for the final semi-finals and the final round. And of course, then it's where they look at the big money. So it is important. They're just loosening up a little bit. They've had a bit of a warm-up before. So the atmosphere has just dropped off a little bit since this morning when Indonesia fought a real hard battle, 2-2 against Malaysia. And we had real fanatical fans screaming and shouting at it. I think we're going to save our voices a little bit this afternoon. Let's hope we do.
Like you mentioned that Indonesia played against the Malaysia today, went 2-2, and there's one controversial call at the end of the match. And one funny thing about when I walked outside with the crowd, that you said, wait a second, it's scored 2-2. So who won that match? And I had to answer that it's not about the head-to-head match right now. It's about the collecting the points. Whenever they win the match, they get 1 point. Oh, they still get it. So who won that match? So
yeah, it is a little bit confusing, but they have to think about the long-term situation, not just the individual matchup, but in terms of all 28 matches together, which they will play because everybody plays a round robin. It is a little bit confusing, but once you get used to it, it's actually a very, very good system because it means you've got to fight for every point in every match you play.
I agree.
So important.
Yes. Yeah, this is why this Asia against Europe, it's going to be nail-biting as well. Once again, with that point.
Okay, stop.
Irianto's voice you hear. We've got Eddie Rufianto as the service judge, as his assistant. He will take the shuttles there, and we'll be underway in just a couple of moments. But this is fascinating because Yip Pui Yin has certainly made a name as one of the great exponents. She's now with Hong Kong, of course, born in 1987. So she's got a huge amount of experience. Her opponent was born in 1993, Carolina Marin from Andalusia in Spain. And I have to say, there've not been a huge number of Spanish badminton players, but this left-handed girl has shown a huge amount of style and confidence. And I tell you what, she is young enough at the age of 19 to be able to make an impact in the bigger stage. So let's see whether or not it's going to be Europe or Asia that comes out on top in this battle.
And on my left, Europe All-Star, represented by Caroline Marin. Europe All-Star to serve, level, play.
So Carolina will serve.
The ranking is not far apart. 27 for Yip Pui Yin and 31 porque on Marin, or 32nd places. So.
Putting pressure on his Marin, and it's working here. 2-0. Right into the face of her opponent. It's all legal target, of course.
Yes, Marin probably needs to. How much of a endurance that she will have on this match, because of she played both matches in the first 2 days.
First point on the board for
1-2.
Yeah, she did actually have a really good matchup in the encounter with Wu Ti Trung, 17 and 14. Yeah. And then right after that, she played against Yin of Singapore, and that was 12 and 12. So that was a really dominant performance. That would have given her huge confidence. 2-all.
Watching this, probably couldn't believe that Marin is still 19 years old.
She does look much more mature than that, no question. Physically, and the way she plays, she's. See, the problem is with these the players that are coming out of countries where there's no tradition in the sport. They have to do everything themselves. Very, very difficult to get through. Touch the net, but still winning.
That's a self-discipline.
Yeah, and the bottom line is you either sink or swim. And any guys that swim, like Marin, it means that they're very, very good at a very young age. They have to be. There's no alternative. Because otherwise you never come through at all. 4-2. It's just wrong.
Yes. As you mentioned, it's completely different with the Asian way to train and the European, yes.
It is, and in fact, you're never going to get exposed in your own country, so therefore you have to go to centres of excellence elsewhere. They grow up very early, I tell you. It's a tough business. That's a great reflex backhand.
Indeed it was.
Service over. 5-3.
The reflection, usually, the reflex of a bigger person is not going to be so quick, but that one was very nice.
Well, I've got a note here. She actually plays her badminton in a club in Huelva, where she was born. 2009, she became the first Spanish badminton player to win a silver medal at the 2009 European Junior Championship. So she is ploughing very, very independent first furrow for Spain. Good to see.
Yeah, it's not going to be. I don't think it would be easy to find a club in Spain to play badminton, right?
Well, it would be very much amateur. You wouldn't be looking at this level, this standard. I mean, there are lots of badminton clubs, but not to really push at this level.
Yeah, just weekend stuff, probably.
Yeah. Stuff that I played.
But look at that. Right? The height helps her.
7-3.
This is an inspired choice by the panel that invited them. Great stuff. Good start here at 7-3 for Carolina Marin.
Impressive.
That is too good.
Yes, that was impressive.
83.
Not only was she impressive with that final shot, but it was the way in which she set it all up. She scrambled well, she defended well, but she kept in the point. Very
But that was one time, as you mentioned.
So it's
That
over.
defense part was very
4-8.
important. She was able to sustain all the smashes or hard drive from her opponent.
Twice she's put it long now in this first game. She's going to have to control that push. Oh, that's exquisite.
Yes.
Service over.
Yeah, I'm not so used to it to see a European player with that touch. It's a dead touch right there.
I think that's the problem. They haven't played each other, so she would not know what to expect here. Yep, she's struggling at 9-4.
Oh, she had that one.
Service over.
That's the danger. Don't get tight and really try to go too early for it. She's played a beautiful, patient game so far. The rallies have been reasonable. Sounds as if we're favouring Marin, but it's just nice to see again new talent coming through. We all know about Yip.
Well, we need another Camilla Martin, another Tina Rasmussen, so
there's nothing like a really, really good competition between Europe and Asia. At the highest level, it just gets so much adrenaline buzzing. The fans.
fantastic shot. But as you mentioned correctly, yes, because how much that emotional that Tina or Camilla Martin when they beat Chinese players, and you just escalating.
In the halfway house, of course, the Indian subcontinent is producing some great players. Obviously, it's something between the two. It's not quite the sort of Far East Asian approach, but certainly, we're watching the birth of a very, very impressive and talented group out of India as well. So, good stuff. Badminton's got a great future. It's long.
Yes.
Service over.
11 points to 7. And Toto and I are in agreement. It's not every time we say that, but we are watching the emergence of a very impressive young lady here, Carolina Marin.
Yes, I agree with her once again. You know, I haven't seen her play in the past before, but once again, especially from Spain. You know, Spain is very known with basketball, with football, but not badminton. But somehow along the line, she was able to come from this way, and then she is undefeated, and she is leading too in her third match.
And just look at the record of her opponent today, Yip Pui Yin, and just have a quick look at selected opponents here that she's played against. She's taken a match off Lu Lan. She's taken a match off Wang Xin, off Wang Yihan, Xi Jinfeng. She's been there and done it at a very, very high level. And of course, Chang Ning, she hasn't managed to take anything from. But,
she will never know.
Even Tina Baum, she took a match off out of 5. So it's she's got an impressive record as the Hong Kong player. Yep. But that just shows how well Marin is playing. 11-7.
That looks good.
Oh, it's a beauty. No accident about that. And immediately Yip's head goes to the side and thinks, oh my goodness, how lucky was that? But no, I think it was played for.
Oh, Yip has to earn this one. She can't just hoping that Marin is going to make unforced error.
12-7.
Great play.
Yes, backhand side for the lefty.
And the depth too. I mean, she put it right in front of her opponent.
We're going to have to try and find out where she is playing a high-quality game, because that's just not. You can't do that on your own. You've had to be tested against some really tough players.
Yes. That's learning to place that shuttle right in front of the net.
8-13. Yip has managed to get one back. It was a good drop. And it's in. Another one.
But yet,
ooh, it was called out by the umpire. Overruled.
That's the first time I've seen.
Overruled. Watch this one. Ooh, that's on the line.
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's hope that's not a crucial decision. We'll see. 9:30. Yes, absolutely super. Right on top of that. She risked fouling at the net, but she was so quick. Hey, I'm impressed.
I'm not the only one. Look at that one. So quick. Wow.
Absolutely superb. What a pickup! Oh, Yip Pui Yin is not only having to bring her A game here to compete, but she is being absolutely tested to extreme here. That was a fantastic rally.
Oh, she was just crawling for that winner shot at the end part. But, you know, once again, I'm still very impressed with the Spanish girl here. Nothing to take away from Yip, but I'm watching her quickness. Her understanding of the game is right there.
And an added advantage, not just the physical strength and height and so on, but also the fact that she is left-handed means that right-handed players have less opportunity to play against you and work you out. So 10-14 here. Yip did brilliantly there. She can stretch and put pressure on, and if she clears like that with such precision, I tell you, this is going to be very, very interesting. She could go through this competition, you know. I can't wait to see her against some of the other well-known players in this in the countries that we're involved with.
She is having a good week so far. Like you said, that she started with less quality, and now she's getting tested and progressively, so it helps her too.
Well, that touched the tape and came down, but quite right too. Yip has been playing well. 11-15.
I don't know if she bothered with the light, but she pointed out to the coach about chin line. Push it wide.
She hasn't made too many
No,
errors.
not at all.
12-16.
She needs to finish it well here. That looks wide too.
There it was.
Well,
A couple of unforced errors here, and that makes a big difference. 3-16. Nope. Oh. 3 in a row. The lines actually come too early for Marin. 14-16. This is getting tight.
yes, she needs to stop this point from Yip.
Short. It's 15-16 and Yip is on a roll.
No, she's in tight now. She's looking real tight. Not in the shot between is too far or too short. That helps.
She'll be really annoyed with that because she was in great shape. It's a lovely little drop shot and then followed up. And in fact, of all the women still on the circuit, Yip Pui Yin is the one that can actually do the jump smashes, I tell you. When she really wants to, she can get some height. 17-15, Marin still just a bit to do.
Oh
Out.
boy, that was a nice play by Marin. The clear was strong enough.
18-15.
Well, the other thing, of course, is Yip will be really, really disappointed. She'll be very upset with the result of that, which means she's going to have to really dig in, try even harder. But, she's come back into a good position after being threatened. She came back within 1 point. Yip Pui Yin. So Marin will have to now keep that concentration. 18-15. Out.
She had it open.
She worked
Service
it.
over.
She actually planned that whole rally.
18.
Yes, she had it open on that one. Opportunity.
Not enough wrist on it to keep it down with the angle. Just a bit too much arm. 16-18.
Good play. Good play.
Very clever. It was a fantastic, super drop down into the backhand court at the net.
16.
It gave her the chance to really set up the rally. It was beautiful.
Yes, like I said about understanding the game, the strategy, facing. Ooh. She needs to learn that, isn't it? It's expensive.
Service
It
over.
could be expensive, but she's still good at the moment at 17 and 18. And a snatch there, you wouldn't have expected
Service
that
over.
from Yip. She's very, very experienced. It really was uncharacteristic, and it could be extremely expensive. 20 points for 17. Marin, Carolina Marin, this for the first game for Europe. No,
Service
I
over.
bet you want to take that one back.
20.
You can see right here. She had.
short again, 19-20. Pressure still there.
19-20.
The 19-year-old with 20 points. It's a point that is very important for Europe and particularly for Carolina Marin. There's a little bit of screaming and shouting around the stadium here at DBL Arena, and I tell you, they are all very excited at seeing a new star in the making. 21-19, that is very, very impressive. Europe take the lead.
Yes, indeed, for Carolina Marin, who would have thought that she would be the person that carrying the load for the first single for the Europe All-Stars. And once again, and Yip was in control at that part, the last point, but she just didn't execute it, passing the net. Nevertheless, plenty of credit, John. Maybe there's this new star in the horizon for European, for women's side.
She's made a huge impression, and well, I mean, what I like about her is she's not fazed by being in the spotlight. In fact, I think that probably gives her more energy.
Yeah, I think she is understand. She believes in herself. That's one thing about her right now. She believes that she can do this, you know. And the coach is, I think, the coach from Denmark coach. Training her, or whoever come to this competition. Well, suddenly Zibo and Bauchunlai is coaching the Yip Pui Yin. Both of them there.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1,
Just having a look at the personal, the individual record of selected opponents against Carolina Marin, and I noticed that she actually, out of 3 meetings with Tina Baum, she's won one of them as well. She lost against Pi Hong Yan,
Yes.
Beat Julian Schenk. Well, I mean, for Germany, Schenk has been sensational. Lost to
Second game.
Sayaka Sato,
Your
but
ball.
beat
Play.
Ariko Ohiroshi. So, fabulous. Here we go, game 2. Good shot. Yip has got to do something here.
Well, she can't be behind.
Big screen you can see at the top right. Everybody can have a look at the replays as well. It's a great facility here. And a wonderful tournament, the Axiata Cup. Shot. That went from around the back of the head, around the shoulders. It was a quality play. Look at that. That is really hard to do.
She has the power.
It's in.
Oh, that's right. Call it white.
Service over. 2-1.
It was a fair call, but we're right above that line, and it certainly looked as if it might have had a chance.
Not sure what to do.
Yeah, but Pui Yin did really well there.
3-1.
She managed to find some depth as well, and although I think Carolina was able to reach the clears, and that really does help her being such a tall girl. She couldn't control the net. 3-1, yep. That's great. That really is super. But again, the other thing is that Yip is having to play really brilliantly.
So it's not just an easy rally. She has to play the best to get the point. That's one thing. And the tempo of force, Yip is trying to make it faster now.
Oh, yes. It was excellent.
The clear was not high enough. Yes.
I love the back of that shirt. Don't you? We pointed out
Hong Kong,
earlier.
China?
Yippee, yippee.
Oh, Yippee.
Yippee!
I never thought about that one, yes.
No, it was pointed out to me earlier. Ruvian.
Look at the name, Yippee.
Yeah, exactly. But you only do that when you celebrate, boy. 5-1.
Wow, look at the scream, John.
Service over.
That's the loudest scream I've heard.
I think that she just was a little bit disappointed with the performance early the second game, so she wants to break up the momentum and get back on the bandwagon again. She is determined girl.
She is. She's willing to hit it hard. She's willing to play fast as well.
Trying to think who she reminds me of. It's difficult because it looks like she's got her own unique style, her own unique physique. She's not actually light on her feet. She's reasonably heavy, but she does move fast. Quite aggressive.
Service over. 6-3.
Now, you mentioned about that. I'm thinking, who she remind me of?
In terms of, Saina Nehwal in her early times, I'm talking about 15 years old, 15, 16. She was visibly mature as well, and she had flame coming from her nostrils with determination. She has that kind of approach to the game, but I can't quite think they have that similarity. Or is that an ankle?
I don't know.
Service over.
Doesn't
4,
look good.
6.
I don't want to see it because
Oh, she's all right. Yeah, that was the outside. That's a nasty little twist.
they're trying to stop in the body, just carry it over.
4-6. Nonchalant. She'll go and win the point now, you wait. Oh, that was a great shot. Well played, Yip.
Yeah, I'm looking at her ankle.
Service over.
Yip,
7, 4.
Yeah, she's had to skip and hop a couple times. Favoring to the left foot.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that particular outcome, though. The shot was superb. 7-4.
She had it correctly, but not the placement.
Yeah, she'll be disappointed with that because she got a lot of pressure on Marin. 5-7.
It's not that difficult.
No, it wasn't.
Service
But
over.
it's the height, I think, there when you're reaching out on the backhand side. From the lefty's perspective. Yeah, she just literally took her eye out for it. 8-5. Yeah, I got it.
Wow. I thought she would go over to the right side. Instead, she went to the body.
Can't wait for the Ratchanuk matchup, can you?
With her, with Marin.
Yeah. It's going to be good. 6-8.
Service over. 9,
That peculiar kind of lean away from it, the lot of wrist action before she strikes the shuttle at the service. It's a weird action.
The way she's served is not the same thing as the others.
No. Now that was definitely an anxiety shot. She wanted to kill it early. Obviously struck it early. The angle she struck it at was no good. 10-6. This is looking good for Pui Yin. Yeah. Yeah, it was very good. They go to the interval at 11-6. Yip Pui Yin is representing the European All-Star, the Asian All-Stars, is really, she's learnt a lot, and that just shows how experienced she is, because she didn't know what to expect with Marin when I played her before. Now she has got the measure of her a little bit. Very clever.
Yeah, she's changing the speed, she's changing the location. I mean, side to side, making Marin move probably. And I'm trying to listen. I can't listen to what is Bao Chunlai trying to say from his body language. And I think he's pointing out to the back.
$28 points at stake for every single match in each team. So 4 matches in each team, 7 teams to play against. And the top 4 go through to the semi-finals and finals out of the 8 teams. So half the teams will go through to play for the big money. It's 11-6, second half of the second game.
Service over.
Good start.
7-11.
Change of shuttle.
Yes. You have to have permission from the referee or umpire.
It's out. It's 8-11.
Pui Yin shouldn't take this
8-11.
match lightly.
Oh, so ambitious. I mean, it was a really tough shot she attempted to play there from the backhand.
12.
Done better just to keep it simple.
Yeah, put it in front of a.
No,
Pui Yin.
absolutely no need to try and put pressure on herself even more. Keep it simple. Yeah, magnificent. Now, she tried to do that last time, it didn't work. This time she played that really great flick, beautiful backhand flick, and then opened up the whole court, delivered the coup de grace down the side. It was beautiful.
Well, she was playing it more patient. Let the other players, I mean, Pui Yin running around for a while.
Okay.
A little distracting, but it just shows a maturity as well. Yip Pui Yin trying to play a little bit unsettling. Good shot
Service over.
into the body.
She's not happy with herself.
9.
Look at that.
But that's great, isn't it? If you hate losing every point.
Yeah, the attitude. I mean, sometimes, yes, it is. You got to value each point.
Shouting at herself there. That's good. 13-9. Yeah, lovely.
Wow.
That really was.
Yeah, because that's a very tight. Not much room for error for that one, and she pulled it off. What a
That's
shot.
fantastic. That was as good as we've seen the whole day. That was absolutely excellent. Under a bit of pressure, it just found that delicate, delicate touch. Just look at that. So steep after it crossed the net. 15-9. Yip Pui Yin is playing brilliantly. She has to.
Well, because if she does, she lost the first game already, and now she seems like to be in control.
That's short. That's a little bit of pressure, and it just shows Pui Yin is so accurate and tight with everything there. 16-9. It's not that Carolina Marin is playing any worse. I think she's been forced into errors because of the excellence of Pui Yin.
Yeah, placement is completely different than the first game.
That's the big head into the body.
I agree, that was very well played by Marin. This is different between the boys or the men and the girls. They continue to play again with minimal time in between.
That's true. 10-16. Well, there's an interesting psychological reason for that. She just wanted immediately to get the service back, put pressure on. She thought it was in her comfort hitting zone. It wasn't. You never know, she might be putting a little bit of pressure on herself here. A couple more points and she's certainly well. It's 11-16. Nice.
Ooh. Anything was
Service over. 17-11.
Well, she tried the power play with a one-off shot and it didn't work last time. This time it does with a soft shot. 17-11.
just white.
18-11.
18-11.
We're looking at the third game now, the decider,
Sure.
to decide this one. It was in.
Service
Pretty
over.
much inside.
12-18.
Showing the finesse.
Can't quite see from my position up in the stands on the live and then on my monitor. Couldn't quite see it first time. So 12-18, a long way back. This would be something special if she recovered from here.
Yeah, that's one of them.
13-18.
17-18.
That was pretty wild shot by Yip Pui Yin. It's way outside, not even across the net.
She is consistent. That's what I really like about this young girl, Carolina. You can't rest for a moment. You're going to give up points unless you keep the pressure on.
Great stuff.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Phew.
Yes, look at the deft touch too in the front of the net after
14-18.
smash.
Yeah, it means, of course, that you're giving your opponent who thought she'd won the game just a little second thought or a little bit of doubt. Although Yip Pui Yin is so experienced, she'll probably say, she'll probably ignore all the warnings and the caution here, and she'll probably go for broken with it. But 14-18, a long way uphill. Yeah, good work.
Like you mentioned, yes, you're right. Construct that one quite nicely.
19-14.
She favours that that little drop into the back of the left-hander's backhand at the net. It happened, I think, probably certainly 70-80% more than on the other side. 19-14.
Service over. 15-19.
Not so much yippee, but fooey. You'll have to excuse us. It's been a long day. 15-19.
Out. Well, John, this is like one or more 2 points. This is going to be a completely different story here.
16-19.
Pui is almost pressing it to close this match or to this game.
Caroline Marin is almost impervious to the pressure. She's just, every point she wants to win it. She's been doing that since the start. Great rally. And listen to the crowd. They are loving the fact that they've got a new star or heroine in their midst.
But I think Pui Yin just saw that Marin's coming pretty quickly, close up to the net. She just took her Play off the shuttlecock.
Psychologically, this is going to really test. I think one more point and we will get some excitement here. It's still Yips to win. 17-19. It's a fascinating battle. I've loved this one.
Look at the big smile. Marin.
Cannot believe her luck, and the coach is equally smiling. That is a disastrous attempt, and it came psychologically. What has it done to the scoreboard and to the situation in the game? 18-19. Carolina Marin is within striking distance of leveling. Out. Oh, it was out. It was out.
You should have let it go. Do you think they was going to go out?
Well, have a look at it. See for yourself.
Ooh, you're right.
It's out. Anyway, it's immaterial. It's history. It's 2018. Yip Pui Yin has been reprieved.
Still extra time here.
Yeah, really exciting. That is in. Cracking finish. Well done. Yip Pui Yin. On the balance of the game, she deserves that because she managed to turn it around and really put pressure on. And of course, we've seen how experienced she is and how well she's played over many, many years. Carolina Marin for Spain and for the for the European All-Stars still continues to impress by her consistency. She's been forced into a few errors, but it hasn't bothered her. That's what I like. She's strong mentally.
And another thing, that when she was down in the late stage of the game, 1914 or 1915 at one point, getting 3 points in a row, it was a mistake by Yip Pui Yin, but still, she has to play that game. She has to play the point. And it's good for her experience. Like you said, she's only 19 years old. And then she made it all the way to third round of European Open. Lost to Tina Baum. And she took a set too from Tina Baum, did she?
Yeah, I mean, I'm particularly excited because although we see there's so much talent coming out from other parts, and particularly of Asia, from China and so on, it's so unusual to get a star in the making like this from a non-badminton country like Spain. It's a really exciting thing to happen. Of course, what will happen in this perspective is the Spanish media will get hold of it. They will find that they've got a potential champion in their midst, and what will it do for youngsters? It will make a huge difference.
Well, it's just the winner on this one, of course, the sport of badminton, stretching the player throughout the world, not just from Asia, but another unknown country. I mean, for badminton is Spain, of all places.
You see, even from way back, Pulele Gobachan, when he was so successful, it was a huge surprise. But on the back of that is now his own academy in Hyderabad. He's really responsible for an enormous amount of interest and enthusiasm. One guy really, single-handedly has made the difference in the country.
Actually, he won that All England a few years ago.
Yeah, a long time ago. Actually, had the privilege of commentating with him in the World Championships. Yeah, Hyderabad.
Final game.
Very exciting.
Love all. Play.
1-1 in games. Love all. We have the start of the third, and Yip will serve.
Service over.
Oh, this is a real test for both.
Love.
It's a good shot, and I tell you, because what has happened to the lighting? A little bit of thunder and lightning.
Well, we had one of these
yesterday.
Yes.
Anyway, 2-0 Europe.
Impressive.
We'll have to wait. We cannot have this lighting in and out like that.
You see the voltage. But they're using the
I think they've got generators.
generator. Yes, they do.
It's inconsistent, and of course, when it goes off, it really is very, very unnerving. Are we going to play on?
Play.
Yes.
Yeah, we are. The Lux value is still there. 2-0.
Left.
Oh, yeah.
Left.
Yes, that's a good call by the referee.
Frustration, particularly for Yip. Her facial expressions showed it. And Carolina Marin said, look, can we go and just bury our head in a towel here or a water bottle, because we can't be doing this. This is unfair.
Yeah, it's not just for the audience watching the television, but the safety of the players as well.
An event of this magnitude and stature, just for the sake of a rupiah in the meter.
Yeah, but I have seen peculiar or worse or what do you call questionable things. When I remember there was a World Grand Prix Championship way in Bali, and there's a thundering outside, and suddenly the game was playing on, a big hole came out from the ceiling.
Well, they have big blackouts in Bali. I know my daughter lived there for 4 years, so I know exactly. They had to buy their own generator because of it. But anyway, we're underway. It's 2-0 to Europe. Europe precision again. It is just long. Hesitation from Yip.
Gosh, that's a big or could be a huge point. Not by much. Look at this. Oh.
Like it. Marin looks around and says, how far was it? You see, again, she will not care. She'll get on with the next point. What's gone is history. 1-2. That's a brilliant, brilliant shot. That's exactly what I mean. She doesn't dwell on things. She gets on. She's very, very positive. I like her attitude.
That's very good example for players that, what's done, it's done. Next on. Why is the way she serves?
I don't know. I don't know what that's about. It's a peculiarity. I don't know whether it's been coached into her or I don't know.
Trying to hide the way she hit the shuttlecock. Oh, that's wide.
Disappointing there. 3-all in points. We're in the third game. Feels as if we've been here for hours. It's really gone on and on.
First match.
Yeah.
Oh.
Out.
Well, she can't play like that. And now she's making more error.
Well, this is where Yip Pui Yin came into her own last game. At this juncture. Gee, she's a daredevil, you know that, Marin? And that is Alice Wild, but the way in which she approaches the whole rally. I mean, there were 2 net shots there that were unbelievable quality. That's a wild shot.
Well, she was able to get the difficult shot, but that one was not that too difficult, but she tried to place it a lot harder than she should.
5-3. Good work from Pui Yin. That's in.
All in. Yes.
That is in, and Yip might look around, but there's absolutely no doubt at all that was good. Let's have a look at it in replay. Definitely on the line.
Yeah. Yes. That's inside, not even on line, inside the baseline.
4-5.
Oh, she changed the serve.
Out this time. Huge hit.
She's laughing.
There's a full tram line.
It was in a different world, different color.
6-4. Oh, dear.
No. Marin, go. Push all the way back. All the way back.
Toto, the coach, is just giving instructions. Hey, I can give instructions after the event as well, boy.
Yeah, that one. Push it back.
7-4 to Asia. Asia All-Stars, the official name of the team.
Once again.
Gee, that's, she'd have... Easy to see it now.
Good play.
She tried to leave it, you know, it possibly would have gone out right into the body. You know, that insistence coming forward.
Yeah, it would have gone out probably.
Well, let's see, at 5-7. This is towel down time.
That's the first
for
time.
Yeah.
Carolina needs to maintain the pressure and put more shuttle into play. Longer rally, perhaps.
But again, what's impressive is that Yip Pui Yin is still playing very, very well, and Marin is matching them. 5-7 in the third. She left it. Great lead. That was a brilliant lead. Saved her energy. 6-7.
Smart. Late with that.
Yip Pui Yin got up, stabbed it. She is an aggressive player. That's a natural, that's a default position. 8-6. Just the feeling that she's getting a little bit restless and a bit tired. Just moving away from that point. I saw that, you know, she was waving her head around a little bit, just a bit despondent. That's a bit worrying. 9-6. Good work from Yip.
Well,
I mean, it almost looked as if it came from a long distance away in terms of, this is what I'm going to do, but Yip could do nothing about it. It was executed so brilliantly.
Very nice control on the racket.
I think you've discovered, or everyone at home, we are a fan. Or we are fans.
Of badminton, period.
Well, yeah, this young lady as well. Marin is getting the juices going, that's for sure. Really good. Well played, Yip. Under pressure, but she comes through strongly. It's 10-7.
Hey, you can compare some of the successful badminton players in Europe, such as Camilla Marin or Tina Rasmussen. Was she that good when she was 19, though? See, that's another story.
I think she developed after that.
Yeah.
She took quite a time to break in, and once she was there, she was dominant. Certainly she had Chinese opposition, but she won a lot of matches in tight situations. Great shot.
Look at that.
Then again, that's 2 out of 3.
Service over.
The shuttle has just been put into the strings there, feather first. So we'll probably need a new shuttle. That'll give up 20-30 seconds. Let's have a look at it. There you go. New shuttle required, 8-10. 2 out of 3 shots were excellent. That backhand drop.
Because the hand coordination with this racket in your hand, you can't really teach that.
No, that is innate. Good shot. She's tried to do it a couple of times. It hasn't worked out on that occasion. Down the line was the way. And Yip Pui Yin, representing the Asian All-Stars, has come through to the interval at 11 points to 8 in the lead. And she probably deserves that, but it's still exciting to think that Carolina Marin is so competitive. It's a good matchup.
Indeed, good matchup. She is in a striking distance through Yip Pui Yin. So she still, she will have a belief that she can go through this at the end of the match. And one thing is, when you believe and you can beat this person, a chance to do it, that would be very, very beneficial.
I think one of the things we now really have to look at from the European perspective, looking at the balance here with the scores, it's very, very important that Marin really does take advantage of it and picks up this point. I'll tell you why. Because the next matchup is one that is going to be really, really tough for Europe. Scott Evans, the Irish player, is up against Lee Hyun-il. And, well, you wouldn't fancy his chances right there. He's played a great game, but he's lost both of his matches. Really tight calls. 3 games, and they both went to 19 at the end. So 19-21. So he's warming up. I can see him in the background there.
But Lee is older now.
Well, he is older. There's no question about that. But I tell you, for Europe's sake, this is a must-win situation. Caroline Marin is close enough. Now she's got to do the business. Oh, that's brilliant. That is brilliant.
The return, the return from Marin was a lot better.
They were both absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
But developing the rally, finishing the rally, Marin control.
That drop in front, and it's her Marin's return was absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, it's a brave effort. It was a brave shot. But again, she's prepared to take the risk, isn't she?
It was open in that side. Although probably the coach wanting her to go another clear to the back one more time.
12-9, Asia's Yip Pui Yin, Yippee.
Both players has not separated themselves more than 3 points, so they're still in contact.
Out.
Service over. 10-12.
Here's the chance. Here's the chance
Indeed,
now
indeed.
to level it up.
Yes.
No pressure of final scores at the moment. This is where you can do some solid work. Out again. 11-12. She's going for break too early. And that's her style. She always has done. So nothing new about that from Yip Pui Yin.
When she is pressured, she would go for it.
12. Oh! You can tell she's up for it. Just look at the excitement she's in. And she's now jogging around. It's all.
Because she knew she could have had that one. Because Pui Yin was moving forward. If she could connect with that shuttlecock, she could have a winner.
Well, that was a waste.
14-11.
A rush of blood to the head there from Carolina Marin. 14-11 is a really good situation for Asia here. Out. Way out.
3 in a row here.
15-11.
extra time. Well played.
There wasn't much on that. There's no wonder Yip Pui Yin would be disappointed she didn't get it back. Caught the racket frame. No good. 12-15. Still a huge amount of work for Caroline Marin. Oh, and she turns away.
That's good.
Yeah, Yip Pui Yin is playing games here. There's some aggression in this stuff now. This is meaning a real battle. Battle lines have been drawn. There's a little bit of gamesmanship going on, and there's no doubt at all. There's no love lost right here. They're so determined. Carolina Marin is just 2 points adrift now.
One thing, she's learning to become a good player here from just this match.
Every step is a developmental step, and that is a brilliant shot from Yip. 16-13.
Wow, that's indeed, that's a brilliant shot, because Marin's shot was not that easy too.
Again, slowing it up. Trying to put pressure on by keeping the waiting game. Yeah.
She's gonna apologize for this.
Probably not.
Yeah, you.
No, I told you. I could pick that they are very.
Oh, no,
oh
she
there it
is.
is now. Okay, good.
It took long enough to think about it.
It did.
It's no loss, like you said, indeed.
The niceties of badminton. 14-16. It's short. It's 15-16. This is interesting.
She looks tight, isn't it?
Tight, I think it is.
Yes.
She's not tired. She is
not.
tight. Yeah.
Tight is when your control of the racket becoming a lot more difficult to control it.
She's more afraid of losing than
wanting to win it.
Than
yes.
Carolina is afraid of winning it. And sometimes some people don't know how to win. But Marin certainly wants it so badly.
Numerous times she was able to dig down and return a decent return.
Well, she was 4 points adrift at this stage in the teens. You think, well, it's game over. But look at this, 16 all to play for, 5 points required. Who's got the strength of mind? That's too good. And it was a poor service. She put it right into a hitting zone. She actually knows that Yip is dangerous from that situation. She loves to smash.
She might as well probably leave it short.
That was a naive service. 17-16.
Good.
Yeah. And a little bit of a, there you go, a little bit of a limp here. She came through onto her right foot. Could we get some a bit of mopping in? It was a good shot, 17-all. She'll have the service now. You don't know, maybe there's a little bit of gamesmanship there as well. You know, I've just scored a point, I've leveled things, I'll just keep her waiting. Now look at this, Yip is going over to get a towel down as well now. So she is also playing a psychological game. It's very, very interesting.
It's just like playing chess, you know.
Yeah, it is.
You lose your rook, you miss your queens.
Right, this is a huge, huge point. 17-all. Marin never we didn't expect Marin to get back into this. Oh, and she's not in it yet. 18-17. Yip Pui Yin.
That's a great play by Pui Yin. But again, a second time, same thing. This that push serve, John. Giving Marin the trouble. Oh, how long is he going to take this?
I don't know. Short is 18-0. And wow, the nerves are definitely frayed. And I think the nerves are more frayed with Pui Yin because she's so anxious to kill it early. But Marin has got a bit more patience, I think.
I don't want to predict this, but like I said, that hand-eye coordination, that control, Pui Yin is losing it.
18s. It's in, it's a beautiful shot. Absolutely perfect weight from the left-handed forehand. And I tell you, that is 19-18, and that's a huge, huge development in this match. Whatever else happens, even if Marin loses it, Axiata Cup has been shown at its absolute best here. We never, ever anticipated Axiata underwriting such a brilliant, brilliant initiative to bring these two together. They're in the spotlight, they're playing brilliantly, we're loving it. 19-18, great stuff, Axiata. It's match point to Carolina Marin, and the European All-Stars are getting pretty excited here. I can see the bench actually jumping up with joy. And Scott Evans, well, he'll be really inspired if she can see this one through. She was 4 points adrift coming into final straight, and now look at this, match point. Wonderful.
Yes, somehow Pui Yin just does not know how to construct any point or want to hurry at everything that she plays. What a play. Got to give admire to the young Spaniard.
Well, we really have seen a new and emerging talent here. I was impressed by the young girl, Carlos, from the Philippines. But this girl has got everything. She's got the strength of mind as well as all the shots. 2018 match point, Carolina Marin. Yip Pui Yin, 21-18. That's 3 matches played. That is 3 matches won from Carolina Marin, and she has been sensational here in Surabaya. Wow, applauding the fans as well. She is delighted. We are seeing the emergence at 19 years old of another great European star in the making, and Axiata Cup has done that for us. Brilliant. Yip Pui Yin did her best. She was absolutely working so hard to try and get back into that. It was, in the end, not enough. It was 2 games to 1. What do you think about that, Toto?
Oh, like you mentioned, it was amazing. It's an understatement. How that Marin won that match, it's another story. How she comes back from down 3, 18-15, and kept fighting, kept on fighting, and she believed herself. She earned every point. It's nothing to do with Pui Yin losing the point, but it's just admirable to see an athlete able to overcome such a pressure in the pressure time and taking the match within her own strength. Wonderful, wonderful match, John.
And the most exciting things is that this, there's going to be some YouTube coverage of this kind of thing. And a lot of badminton fans will look around and say, hey, who's new? Who's new this year? Who's new this year? They will see that particular performance and okay, she hasn't been on court before, we haven't been on TV, but they will want to have more. That's the thing, because that's really exciting. Asia versus Europe. I mean, obviously, I've seen many, many occasions when we've seen disappointment come through for Europe. But you need the challenge to keep the vitality of the game alive all over the place. And that will do more for Spanish badminton. That particular one, because it was live on TV, I can tell you that will do more for badminton in the world than anybody else can ever imagine. It's fantastic.
Wow.
Right, well, coming up next, we have got a small matter. of Lee Hyun-il.
Lee Junil against Scott Evan.
Aye.
Scott Evan pull another. You don't really call it miraculous win, but
Now that was a big point, and it could. You never know. It could make the difference between going through to the semi-finals and finals in Kuala Lumpur. That is a huge point. It leveled things up as far as Europe and Asia is concerned with the actual match wins and losses. Anyway, we'll wait for the Scott Evans together with Lee Hyun-il in just a couple of moments.